Hello everyone, in this review I want to talk about how to create a Wi-Fi mesh network. I spent a long time choosing what equipment to build it on, but based on price/quality criteria, I chose an already proven supplier, namely Xiaomi. I have been using Wi-Fi routers from this company for more than 10 years, and I have no complaints. See for yourself 2 routers with excellent performance for less than $100. For other manufacturers, for this I would need to multiply the price by 2 or 3 times. I recommend taking the same routers, although you can, of course, take one more powerful and the other less. But my opinion is that the equipment in the mesh network should be the same so that bottlenecks do not arise specifically in terms of hardware. We will build a mesh network on the new Xiaomi AX3000T routers. I already had a detailed review on my channel. Let's look at all the nuances of a Wi-Fi mesh network, tell you why it is needed, build it, configure it and, of course, test it. Even a child can handle setting up a mesh network. We take a new router, make sure that the indicator blinks orange. If the router was configured somewhere, then take a paper clip and hold the reset button for 10 seconds. Until the indication LED starts flashing yellow. It all rebooted and the router was reset to its initial settings. Now we need to connect the Ethernet cable coming from the LAN port of our main router to the WAN port. This will be the first port to the power connector, and press the mesh button. We wait a few seconds until the LED turns blue. Next we go to the mobile application. And all you need to do is make sure that this router has already appeared. Here it is default and one device is already connected to it. Let's look at the possibilities of setting up a mesh network from a smartphone. We open the main router in the application, there will be only one there. The second one will already be inside it. Here we see that it is connected by cable, that is, a direct Ethernet connection. If there is another router, then there will be another one. 3 devices are already connected to the new router. We reconnected ourselves. Let's go straight into it. What can we do here? We can rename it, select the location room. See what the network status is, it is connected by cable to the gateway. We have 3 devices on it now. Over time, some devices will reconnect and they realize that the signal strength is stronger. Here is my smartphone, computer and robot vacuum cleaner, which is on the second floor. Here we can do a restart, reboot the router. Turn on or off the LED indication on it. Turn NFC on or off. And to make LAN port aggregation just for it, we can enable separate LAN aggregation, for example 3 and 4 ports. Here we see his IP address and his MAC address. We don't have access to any more settings, and we don't need them. Here are instructions on how we can add the following elements to our network. But if we make some global settings, they will also be applied to our second router. Let's say a Wi-Fi or WPS shutdown timer. But the only thing is Upgrade Assistant. When we go into it, here we can see the availability of updates for the first router and for the second router, which I have on the second floor. And so all other settings will be synchronized with the routers in the mesh network. Let's look at the control options via the web interface. Log into the administrative panel. Enter the password. The first login password will be the password of your Wi-Fi network. If you changed it, then enter the changed one. As we see AX3000_1 is the main router. The total number of connected devices is 32. For your convenience, I will translate it into English. Here we can add mesh subroute. But since this all happens automatically, I won't even dwell on this issue. Here we see our mesh network map. Internet network, main router and additional mesh router, which is located on my second floor. There are currently 4 devices connected to it. 28 devices are connected to the main one. We can proceed to manage the first router. When hovering, the IP address in the lower left corner changes. The second router has an IP address of 154, we can assign a hard binding via DHCP, but I think this is unnecessary. Let's go to the second one and here you will also have to enter a password. The password is exactly the same as for the main router's entrance to the admin panel. What we see here, we see that 2 devices are connected to 2.4 GHz Wi-Fi. 2 5 GHz Wi-Fi devices. We see the MAC address of our device, its firmware, model and serial number. Go to Submesh Settings. Here we can turn off the LED indicator on the front panel. See the firmware version and change it. Upload log file. Make a restart. And turn NFC on or off. In advanced settings we can enable LAN port aggregation. All the same settings that you saw in the mobile application. Then we can change the name, update, restart or exit. Everything is very simple. Here we see our equipment, then the router, which is an extender of the Mesh Wi-Fi network, and the main router. By clicking on it, we are taken to the administrative part of our main router, where we can make all the necessary settings for our network. Let's run some tests. My main router is located on the first floor downstairs. The backup router of the Mesh network is located on the second floor. Now if we go to the Mesh information, we'll go to the second router. And here is my phone test mesh. It is connected to the 5 GHz network. I will run a ping so that we can see in real time what the response will be and whether the network will drop when reconnecting. On average, ping is 20 milliseconds. Well, I'm going down to the first floor. As you can see, the ping has deteriorated a little, 44. But now it's back to 20 milliseconds. There were no communication failures. Let's wait a little longer so that the smartphone definitely switches to the lower router and you are convinced that there is no loss of connection. "60 is enough, I think. Now let's go to MiHome and update. And as we see, there are already 7 devices on the second router. I switched to router number 1. Phone test mesh has just connected. I did all this specifically in real time. And ping, as you saw yourself, did not disappear anywhere. Let me go back to the second floor now. I'll run ping again. As you can see in the back room it's around 44, but it's back around 20 milliseconds. I will rise, and you will watch how ping and switching occurs in the mesh network. I all went up to the second floor. Now we'll also wait until about 60. As you can see, there is not one disconnection, it switches clearly, no disconnections occur. That's all 60. Let's go to the MiHome settings and as you can see, I'm already the 8th. The second router had 7 clients when I was there and now there are 8. And here's my phone. Once again, no breaks, everything works seamlessly. Friends, I can recommend it for purchase. Xiaomi, as always, made a high quality and excellent model of their router. But the most important thing is that this is a budget model, that is, for less than $100 you get an excellent mesh network for a home of 220 square meters. The second floor covers 1, we go down to the first floor and completely covers the second. Range, we go out into the street, either one or the other picks up and both the speed and range are at the highest level. These routers have been working for me for 4 weeks now, no freezes or problems. Just set it up, turn it on and forget it. A mesh network is built in literally 2 clicks. 1 was turned on, 2 it configured itself. As you saw, when moving from one router to another and from another to the first, the connection does not break. Ping may increase a little, but this will not affect either the game or the telephone conversation via internet messenger. A small minus in the web application is that we cannot see which clients are connected to which router. But we can do it easily through a mobile application. But after the initial setup I didn't even go there was no need. And if we install automatic firmware updates, we can simply forget about them. If the video was useful to you, please like it. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and hit the bell so you don't miss a video on the topic of smart and not so smart homes. Also under the video you will find links to these routers. And also a link to the Telegram channel, where you will find interesting communication on the topic of smart and not so smart homes. As well as coupons, discounts and various interesting offers and products on the topic of smart and not so smart homes. All the best to everyone, peaceful skies and bye bye.